it's MK, and I am here with a Woodgrain and Winter layout for you guys today. I am also playing along with Day 24's Advent style calendar, or SAR style Advent calendar, sorry. And today's little gifty was these mixed wood tree ring hearts. So they're tree rings in the shape of hearts, and then they are all the different types of wood that my shop has to offer. So I'm super excited to play with these because these are my style of hearts that I probably won't mind putting on a layout. I also am sad to say that all of these elements that I'm sharing with you guys right now were part of the exclusive paper pack and embellishment set that all the girls got that came to my snowed in retreat in Wyoming last month. So I have all of those little die cut pieces. I have 4 photos that I would like to put on my layout. I also have a solid sheet from Arden Creative Designs, the Season of Joy's Solids by Katie Pertit. It's really black on one side and this soft gray on the other. I'm going to use the soft gray from Paper Rose. I have this wood grain from the White Christmas collection. And then again, this paper here is also from the exclusive paper pack that the girls got at my retreat. So I do apologize that I am mostly using all exclusive items that are not going to be available probably anytime soon, or if at all, just because of the fact that I wanted to make the retreat something special, right? Because it was my first retreat, and it was, girls that dropped everything to come and make this happen with me. And it was I just wanted to make it special, you guys. All right, so I'm taking my wood grain and cutting, or no, I'm sorry, I'm not even touching my wood grain. I took my gray paper and I'm going to make it into photo mats. When I first started trimming my photos, I thought I wanted to keep the white around the photos, and then I opted not to. I haven't done a matted photo in a long time. I feel like almost all year, because once I decided to start printing with borders, I have not gone back, you guys. This is a fabulous way to reduce the paper and the bulk on your layouts to print your photos with a white border. One of the things that I've loved about it as well is that it can be inked, and you can still put a colored frame around your pictures should you choose to, if you want to ink the photos. Just be careful that the type of ink that you're using will fast dry and go on slick surfaces. Some ink will wipe right off. And so I use the Tim Holtz Distress inks. And the Distress inks work better than the oxides because the oxides take a little longer to dry. So I might get smudges. So I do use the inks over the oxides, just to let you guys know. All right, so then I'm going to take my edge distressing tool, and I'm going to go ahead and distress all of the edges. Just a little update on my tool. The tool that you guys have now, the tool that is in the shop right now, is actually going to be retiring. Don't worry. Another tool is coming to replace it, but it won't be replaced until the inventory of this tool is depleted. So that is, I'm just letting you guys know that that's what's going to be happening. All right, so I'm just trying to figure out how I want to arrange my photos. This was a really fun trip that I got to take up into Lamoille Canyon with my friend Janet. She is Galaxy Girl Creations here on YouTube. Her and I are partners in all things YouTube, all things scrappy. I mean, I'm so glad I found her. I am just so excited that she was able to come to me in my hometown and spend an afternoon with us. It was just a couple hours, and it was a stopover, and I'm using air quotes that you guys can't see. On their way home, they were up in Idaho. I want to say this was over Thanksgiving, but it might have been, I don't know if this was after the holidays, because usually we get snow from October all the way. That picture's upside down, but it won't be when I put it on, I promise. Oh my goodness. I am famous for putting pictures upside down and not even paying attention to stuff like that. That is great. But there you go. It is right side up now. But anyways, we usually, I say usually because this year we have seen just a couple flakes, and that is it, and then nothing on the ground. But from October, usually about the night of Halloween, we start getting snow, and it does not leave us until about March. And this year, nothing, not a drop. I was just telling my children the other day that the canyon usually gets a ton of snow to where it is closed all the way down to the entrance of the canyon, and the snowboarders park at the bottom, and then they ride all the way up and ride all the way back down. This year, nothing. You should see the mountains. There's barely a dusting up at about 10,000 feet. After that, nothing. Oh my gosh, I feel so bad. But it's, I actually feel really grateful because my husband does not have to work in the yuck and muck because he does work outdoors. And I just feel bad that, I get to work in my cozy little office and, stay warm and cozy all day long. And he is out in the yuck and muck, for 12 hours. It's not fun. So anyways, so I'm grateful for that. It is cold, but there's no snow yet. It's not cold enough for the snow. Actually, we got a winter advisory warning, starting today, actually, on Wednesday, the 24th, that it's supposed to be high winds and chilly rain that might turn into snow. So cross our fingers, because this is what it did to us last year, is we got dustings from October all the way up, but nothing ever stuck. So it would snow in the morning. It would be beautiful in the morning. And then by afternoon, gone, melty, yucky, mud. Ugh. And then all of a sudden we would get, we got a dump of snow for Christmas. I loved it, and it was gone in 3 days. But again, we're stuck with the aftermath, which is the mud and yuck. So anyways, I just like when it disappears in March, because then it's so warm and toasty that the mud really doesn't stay muddy and yucky like it does when it doesn't last very long in the winter months, right? So anyways, but here I am going through all of my little packs of embellishments that we got at the retreat. We got a little title pack, a little icon pack, a label pack, and then we got 2 different kinds of like floral pack and a sprig pack, winter pines and whatnot. And so I went through all of them just to see which ones I wanted to use throughout my layout. I was trying to keep with the same color tones, just so that way I could make another monochromatic layout. But then I decided to bring in these dark poinsettias because they match the sweater that I'm wearing, or the shirt, I should say, that I'm wearing underneath my sweater. And then I really couldn't find a title for this layout that I liked, but I really liked the beautiful snow and how it arced over. I liked that a lot, but I felt like, I wanted to say something else. And so I pulled out my Vicky Bouton puffy stickers that I've been playing with pretty much all month long, and last year, and probably the year before that. I don't know when I got them, but I found this one that says photo op. So I was like, beautiful snow photo op. Oh my gosh, that is perfect for these pictures and us just having a blast. Hubby and Janet's husband are in the front seats. We're in the back just snapping away and taking a million pictures. I think by the time we went up the canyon as far as we could go, and then we had to flip a U-ey and come right back. I think, what did we say, Janet? We had like 40 some odd pictures. One of them was bound to be good. One of them. And then this one, of course, I took a lot of pictures of the road. Just because of the fact that, sometimes the road is not this packed at all, because the snowmobiles don't use roads. They don't follow the road all the way up. They go in and out of the trees and find the really deep areas for them to ride into and get into. But this particular year, there was actually a lot of avalanches, and so they closed the access even to the snowmobilers because of the fact that it was just. I think they said they had 3 avalanches because of how heavy the snow became this year. And luckily, when we went up, we were able to see the aftermath of the avalanches because they opened up the road and allowed all these vehicles, obviously, because we're driving through the canyon. And so it was great. It was cool to see the aftermath of the avalanches. They're baby avalanches, you guys. They're not like a whole mountain falls over type of avalanche. No, they're just little guys. But they do keep the snowboarders out during, during the warnings and whatnot. So, all right. So now that I've got my title all figured out, I love how it looks. I love the little sprig and the little poinsettias. I added a little label. I'm not sure exactly for what, but I feel like it filled in a gap that was there that needed to be filled in. And so now I'm just trying to figure out my other two blank spaces that I have in my wood grain. Now, I do realize that they seem to be straight across from each other, and at this point, I'm not even paying attention to that. I just know that I have some gaps that needed to be filled in based off of how my photos laid out on this big giant photo mat made out of wood grain. I love using dead spaces in my photos as well, so the roof of the truck being the perfect platform for my title. Plus it goes right on, above Janet and myself's faces. I just love that. I love how that was able to play in and become part of our, of my layout and our adventure, of course, too. So I also picked out boots and mittens and scarves. Janet was wearing a scarf. She isn't in the car, but she was wearing a scarf. And then, of course, I always wear snow boots because I don't like when my feet get cold, even if we're going from the car into the house. I always wear snow boots just because of the fact that once your feet get wet, they never get dry. Even when you're in the house, you change socks, everything. It just lasts forever. Your feet just stay super cold. I don't know why, but figuring all that out. I'm also taking the time to distress all of the edges of my embellishments just so that way I can give them a little bit of a facelift and a little bit of bulk added into that, some dimension, because this is a very flat layout. Even though I am adding my wood pieces are only 1/16 of an inch thin. And I say thin instead of thick because they aren't very thick. I love the layering aspects that I can do with my wood pieces like I did on yesterday's layout. But they also provide for a very flat page or a layout. And so I feel like I have to add a little bit more dimension to my layouts by fluffing up the edges of my embellishments. I didn't fluff up the edges of my labels just in case I actually wanted to use them as labels, which I doubt, but it's a fun thought process to keep in mind anyways. You guys should know me by now. I don't really actually write on my layouts. I just enjoy the creative process and the creative outlet that this type of hobby gives me. And so I do love telling you guys my stories and having them recorded like I do for YouTube. But as far as actually writing all of this down, no, it doesn't happen. So just being honest and truthful. All right, so off to the side, I also have a couple of these tiny word stickers from the Simple Stories. I think it's the Lodge one that they had, the Christmas Lodge paper they had a few years back. I'm still working my way through the tiny word stickers, and I am A-okay with that, you guys. Honestly, I love the fact that I can find a different sticker for each layout and still have a ton of stickers to pick from. And then next year I'll have a whole new set of photographs that my stickers will still work for and still be, what I forgot the word, and still work for them, right? I forgot the word. Yep, it's not there. But I do love that I am able to still work off of the exact same sticker sheet and have a reason to use them. I absolutely love that. So this one here says laughing all the way because look at Janet, we're having a blast. And then the next one over on the left says goodness. And then of course, I finished off my title that now says beautiful snow photo op with friends. So that works out beautifully. I love it. Absolutely love it. And I love how it just fits right up there in the top of the truck. It's awesome, you guys. I had a blast doing this layout and making all of these little elements work. I hung my little snow gloves up on my heart. I think that's great. I did use a heart, Janet. You're welcome. Just have to throw that out there. Don't forget to check out Janet Fritz's channel to see what she is doing with Woodgrain and Winter today. And please check out the playlist that we've got going on, because we've got some other YouTubers playing along with us for this month as well. So that's been super fun and super exciting to see those extra videos pop up in the playlist. All right, you guys, again, thank you so much, and I will check you guys all later. Bye.